I'm here to tell you the Indiana Fever is now contenders for the WNBA championship. Did you see what just happened in the WNBA? The Indiana Fever didn't just sign a player, they dropped a bomb on the entire league. Duana Bonner, the 6'4" scoring machine, just joined forces with the Fever. And now every other team is shaking in their sneakers. You might be thinking, okay, but how big of a deal is this really? Let me break it down for you. Bonner isn't just any player, she's a walking bucket, a defensive nightmare. And she's about to team up with Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. And oh yeah, a little rookie named Caitlin Clark. The Fever just went from underdogs to top dogs overnight. The Fever are showing that they want that ring now because they have just signed Duana Bonner to the Indiana Fever for the 2025 season. Did you see what the Indiana Fever just pulled off? They didn't just sign a player, they snagged a superstar. Duana Bonner is now suiting up in Fever colors. And let me tell you, this is a game changer. You might be thinking, okay, another player signing, what's the big deal? But here's where it gets really interesting. Let's break down who Duana Bonner really is. And this next season is going to be absolute cinema. We're talking about a 6'4" scoring machine who's been dominating the league for years. She's not just tall, she's versatile. Bonner can play guard or forward, making her a nightmare for opposing teams. And get this, she's not just a one-trick pony. She can shoot from deep slash through the paint and lock down defenders. It's like the Fever just added 3 players in one. Look at her stats now. She is a forward guard forward, being amazing for the Indiana Fever. She is 6'4", 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. She was all defensive team 2015, all rookie 2009, wow, all WNBA 2015 and 2020, and 6th woman of the year in 3 different years. Now you might be wondering, is she past her prime? Think again. Last season Bonner was putting up numbers that would make rookies jealous. We're talking 14.9 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And get this, she's doing it in her 30s. Age is just a number for Bonner, and she's proving it every time she steps on the court. Saying that, I think she definitely has at least another good year in the tank, as a lot of people were thinking she might retire. But her numbers are not lying. Her numbers were very good for last season. She went into a bit of a slump, but overall she was a sniper. But it's not just about the stats. Bonner brings championship experience. She's been there, done that. And now she's ready to do it again with the Fever. Can you believe the Fever managed to snag her? It's like they just found a cheat code for instant success. Coaches are already raving about her impact. One even said she can shoot from 3, she can push through the paint. We are not short on shooters in Indiana now. That's right, the Fever just got a whole lot more dangerous. Her regular gameplay for the season, she is really solid. 33 minutes, 29 points, 36, 24, 31, 23. 40 minutes, 22 points. She has some gas left in the tank. And let's talk defense for a second. Bonner's been named to the all-defensive team before. Her length and skills are going to give opposing offenses nightmares. The Fever didn't just get better on one end of the court, they upgraded their whole game. This is the perfect signing. Duana Bonner is the best possible player the Indiana Fever could have gotten. And as much as people like the Fever don't need Bonner, yes, they freaking do. You can never. Like, every team needs a 6'4", 15 point per game good defensive all-star who is a vet, who is a champion, who can and is positionally versatile. Literally every team in the WNBA could use Duana Bonner. You know what's really wild? Some people thought Bonner was slowing down last season, but then she'd go out and drop 20+ points, reminding everyone why she's still one of the best in the game. She's not just joining the Fever, she's coming with a chip on her shoulder, ready to prove the doubters wrong. And Duana Bonner is a superb signing. An absolutely superb signing for the Indiana Fever. And a signing that makes so much sense, a signing that puts them over the edge and puts them right into that 1A, 1B in contender category. I put them right up there with the Lynx and the Liberty. I think they might have a better bench than the Liberty. There is a possibility at Ask. Remember, when everyone was counting out the Fever, well, those days are over. Let's rewind a bit. Last season the Fever were, well, let's just say they weren't striking fear into anyone's heart, but then something changed. It started with small moves, building blocks for something bigger. And now we're watching a super team come together in real time. You might be thinking, super team, the Fever, are you serious? But hear me out. This isn't just about Duana Bonner, it's about the master plan the Fever's front office has been quietly executing. They have Aaliyah Boston, a player that has everyone satisfied. They kept developing Kelsey Mitchell, turning her into a scoring threat that keeps defenders up at night. But they weren't done yet. The Fever biggest needs in 2024 was depth and playoff experience. They added an experienced coach and 3 veterans with the combined 5 WNBA championships. Kayla Clark will be contending for a championship in her second year in the league. The Fever front office was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. They brought in Natasha Howard, a veteran with championship experience. Then they added Sophie Cunningham, a sharpshooter who can light it up from beyond the arc, and now Duana Bonner. As far as pushing through the paint, she is also deceivingly good at that. But is she the most powerful power forward that could possibly have been cultivated? I'm not sure. And again, this is our 2025 season. This is not like in 2026 everyone becomes a free agent. So I think that this 2025 season is almost like a standalone year, just to see how everybody gels and meshes, and what they can do with this Indiana Fever team. Now it's like they found a cheat code for instant success. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about putting together a bunch of stars and hoping it works. The Fever have built a team that fits together like puzzle pieces. You've got the young guns like Boston and Mitchell hungry to prove themselves. Then you've got the veterans like Howard and Bonner, who know what it takes to win it all. It's the perfect mix of youth and experience. We cannot say that the Indiana Fever has no enforcers anymore, because I don't know if that was a criteria in their free agency. But think about everyone that they acquired: Natasha, Howard, and enforcer Sophie Cunningham, obviously an enforcer. Joanna Bonner, she is not afraid to get chippy on that court. I think this might be bigger news than Luka Doncic going to the Lakers. Now you might be wondering, okay, but can they actually play together? That's the million-dollar question. But here's the thing, great players find a way to make it work. And when you look at the skill sets these women bring to the table, it's hard not to get excited. Bonner's versatility means she can play multiple positions. Howard's defense is elite. Mitchell can score from anywhere on the court, and Boston, she's just scratching the surface of her potential now. For the time of logic, the power forward position. As it stands now, the Indiana Fever, with the signing of Joanna Bonner, I'm assuming they have no more cap space. Thank you so much.